Hello, everyone. Sandra Medafri here, and I wanted to jump on and just continue the neurometaphysical journey that I've been explaining to everyone over the last couple of weeks. One of the things I wanted to present, one of the things that I spoke about last night on my Introduction to Huna webinar, which actually is probably a basis of how I started to begin to look more into neurology and metaphysics combining together and how it works. So you've already, I did a webinar last week around their 4 bodies. So I just want to talk a little bit now around these 4 bodies and give you just a little bit more information and how this relates a little bit to Hawaiian Huna as well. So as I said last week, we actually have the 4 bodies: the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. The highest self, or what we call the higher conscious mind, which I spoke about last week as well when we spoke about the 3 minds, is housed or fits into the spiritual body. The conscious mind fits in with the mental body. The unconscious mind fits in with the emotional body. And then, of course, we have the physical body, which is our home. And the physical body houses the other bodies and all the minds. And of course, the other bodies are all energetic, and the physical body, you can actually see it. So you can, it allows you basically to, it's the one that's the most, I guess the word is, able for you to relate to, because it is our body. It's what we see. In Hawaii, the word hale means house. And house and physical body is also called hale. As I said before, the spiritual, mental, and emotional bodies are all our energetic bodies. Also known, for those who know a little bit about this, the energetic bodies are also called the energy field or the aura. Now, each of these non-physical bodies can also be divided into the upper and the lower, creating 7 bodies, or what most people would know, the 7 chakras. Our spiritual body is infinite, meaning that it reaches out into the universe, God, whatever that is for you. Now, all energy is energy, and we all experience energy different within our neurosystem. Let's just talk a little bit about the chakras. The chakra that's related to the physical body is called our base or root chakra, and that's all about groundedness and stability. It's where you feel safe. It's the chakra that's used for money and all those sorts of things. So it's the physical or the root base chakra is all about everything that we do on this physical 3D world. The lower emotional body houses our sacral chakra, and our sacral chakra is all about to do with sexuality as well as manifesting. Interestingly enough, a lot of people don't realize that it is our sacral chakra, our sexuality, that births into the world, and manifesting is also actually birthing into the world. Our 3rd chakra, moving up, is all about our personal power, and that is our solar plexus. Now we're going into the lower mental, and that is our 4th chakra, which is our heart, and it's all got to do with love and connection. Our 5th chakra, which is our throat chakra, is all about expression and communication. And now we begin to move into the spiritual body with our 6th chakra, which is our 3rd eye. And it's all about vision and intuition and seeing beyond what you see with physical eyes. And our 7th chakra is the chakra of enlightenment, which is actually our crown on the top of our head. So The way we transform and activate all of these is through energy from the moment we're born, moving up. From the moment we are born, we want to go back to where we came from. And if you are a believer of spirituality, we are absolutely 100% a spiritual being having a physical experience. So as we start to move, the physical body is born the minute you're born, and then we begin to move, the energy begins to move back up to spiritual enlightenment, starting and kicking off around puberty, where it begins to go up into the emotional body. If you think about teenagers, they are highly emotional, sexually charged, so the energy begins to rise through these chakras. This also coincides with astrology, because at the same time we have Jupiter, that returns to the place we were born. And then, of course, as we keep going up, we tend to hit the mental body between the ages. This is a very approximate, because it depends on each person's own personal development, between the ages of 28 to 32. This is Saturn returns. And as we keep going up between the ages of about 38 to mid-40s, this is when Uranus is directly opposite the place we were born. And most people might recognize what tends to happen here is midlife crisis. So in order for you to journey back to enlightenment, you need to be able to understand all of these bodies and how this all works. One of the things that a lot of people don't realize is that we are quite complex, but also quite simple at the same time. And we can actually get stuck with baggage in some of these bodies, which then means that the energy cannot travel up for us to get back to enlightenment. So, two ways that we move around this system, and one of them is that you master the physical plane before you can go back up to the spiritual plane. A lot of things that people don't realize is that the way to do this is you bring spirituality, whatever that is for you, and you master that on this physical plane. And doing that then allows you to then move up the bodies back to spiritual awareness. The reason why you need to master the lesson of life is because you need to master your life here on earth. And when you begin to understand what metaphysics actually is all about, it allows you to live what I believe is a spiritual life here on earth. And for me, that is a life of calmness, of peace, a life of where you're happy. And a lot of people often say to me that they look for their purpose. And I often say to people, what if your purpose was just to be happy in this world? And what if the ability to just be happy in this world then allows you to have more things happen to you to be more happy about? So I hope that makes sense, guys. So Huna is basically having a look at all of this and how it all interconnects with us, how we can work with these bodies so that we can first learn the lesson of life, and second, then be able to create the lesson of mastery. Dion Fortune said, before the ascent into spirit can begin, the descent into matter must be completed. So in other words, before we can go back to finding our purpose, and I think that purpose is probably one of the most spiritual concepts that we can understand, we must be able to master our physical first. And a lot of people struggle with that. A lot of what neurometaphysics is going to be about is actually teaching you how to do that. Tony Robbins also said in his book, Awaken the Giant Within, the fundamental mistake people make is that they believe they are a physical being having a spiritual experience. Wrong. You are a spiritual being having a physical experience. You need to get joy out of being right here, right now, and understand and experience the spiritual more than what you see here. So just wanted to bring this another little layer of what we do with this training. I do have a Huna training coming up, which really goes very deeply into all of these concepts and how you begin to actually master the lesson of life. There's other books also out there, Think and Grow Rich. All of those are all about how do we master being spiritual in a physical body. And then, of course, once you are able to understand and have a very deep understanding of that, it then allows you to master the lesson of mastery. That's it for me today, guys. I hope you're finding this interesting. I love this stuff. I find it absolutely fascinating, and that's why all the trainings that I am doing starting with this year will all be a spin of neurological, our physical body, with all the metaphysical stuff as well. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.